Hey campers, Georgia, back in the man cave. Remember my plan of using the dice? I really like that. But the problem is when I choose one of the bags, there's another 10 choices to make. So what I'm thinking of doing is going through these bags, looking at them and say, good projects, put them in smaller bags, and put him back in the box, pick 6, and then dice it. So I'm going to do that. Hey, that's a little bit easier to handle. Let me pick 6 and throw the dice. Okay, we got the 6. Let's throw some dice. 4. It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what we're doing. Let's check it out. 4 is the winner. These two guys. I don't even remember where I got them because I didn't put anything in there. Did I put in the other ones? It's the only one that doesn't have a note in it. Let's see what it's all about. All right. They both, are they the same? No, almost the same. It's these two guys. See that? This is a Remington. Yeah, look at that. Kind of beat up, right? Needs a little, even got a budge on it. Look at that. Huh. It's a trapper with a really, well, it's a toothpick. Not sure if it came that way. Oh, whatever it is, everything's long and thin. Look at that. Right? Doesn't have a, it has a number on it. Well, we'll look it up. I'll put the info up there. So we have a Remington. That's pretty cool. Kind of like the green, right? Huh. And this one is, says something. Get out. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at the handle. Pretty cool. Very cool. And if you look really carefully at the budge, yeah. See that? It's a Craftsman. It's a Craftsman. Does it say it on the thing? It does too. Look at that. It's got a number on it too. Put the info up here. Just saying. Okay, cool. We have two, I don't know, what do you call them? I don't even know the styles. Got to look them up, right? It's really serpentine, right? Equal end. 3 blade. It's a Stockman, really. Craftsman. This is a Remington trapper, right? Let's go clean him up and make him sharp and shiny. This is going to be an experimental video for me. I want to up my game on my videoing. I feel that I can do a better job of entertaining you. That's all I can think of how to say it. I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, closer looks at what I'm doing, different views, and keeping it interesting. My videos can tend to be long, so holding someone's attention is kind of important. So we're going to experiment a little, and I'd really like your input on it. So in the comments below, let me know what you think. Let's have at these guys. First off, a closer look. Okay. Like the background. This is the Remington, and I looked it up. It did have a model number, and the model number is the 9503, and you can see it on here, and then the tang stamp. Now, there was some conflicting information. I don't know enough about the Remington knives. I believe this one, according to the tang stamp on this one, it's a 1933 to 1935 knife. That's what the tang stamp said. And then I read up a little bit more, and they talked about the green over yellow Delrin handles. Saw cut. You can see it. It's not very distinct. It's an old knife, a lot of wear on it. So it was used, which is a good thing. It means it is a good knife, right? Now, they say according to the Delrin series, they first came out in 1996. That's quite a difference. So I'm a little confused about the tang stamp versus the information about the green and yellow Delrin series. So that's where we are on this. But it is a 9503 Trapper pocket knife, vintage Remington. See, here it is here. Obviously, it is a Trapper. You've got the two blades. It is a slip joint. That's pretty standard about any old knives. Very few will lock. And it has two blades. It has the long spay and then the long clip, which is almost a toothpick. The clip is about 3 1/4 inches long, and the spay about 3 1/16. I suspect they were originally the same size, but with wear and things like that, you get that happening. It has that standard, what I want to call half moon nail neck on both of them. And, you know, the blades are in pretty good condition. They're rusty, you know, it has been used. And the rust, there's going to be a little bit of pitting, but there's not a lot. The buildup isn't high, which is always a good thing. That's an indicator you haven't lost a lot of steel from it. You can see the clip here. They're in really good condition. Nickel silver bolsters. They have the unusual angled in bolster style. This angle on it, yeah, so that's pretty cool. Brass liners, steel springs. This is a carbon steel bladed knife. Yeah, I read up on all this stuff. It was pretty interesting. Of course, you got your Delrin saw cut covers here with a nice Remington badge on it. And it's that green and yellow. The brass, the well will need to be cleaned. And we're going to give it a good clean up. Now, you've all watched my videos. I do everything by hand, and I use sandpaper. And having looked at the comments from you guys, some ideas and ways to do it, I'm going to explain to you, before we get going, my process. I start with a heavier sandpaper, probably in the 400 to 600 range grit sandpaper, foam backed. The one thing you do is you never press hard with sandpaper. The sandpaper will scratch. That's what it's doing. If you press too hard and you're using a heavy grit, you're just adding more scratches to the blade. So be light with all your sandpaper. I start with the heavy to get rid of most of the rust on them, and then I work my way up to either 7 to 10,000 grit. It's pretty high, and I step through whatever I feel I should be doing. The idea is you're getting rid of the scratches. In reality, you're adding more scratches, just a lot lighter and more of them, which gives you the impression of a cleaner surface, a mirror surface. So as you work up, you'll see that happen. So that's why I step up, and I do it very slowly, very lightly with each one. Certainly each part of the metal on here. You know, your springs, your bolsters, your liners, the blades, everything. Inside the well here, try to clean that out and give it a nice good shine. Once I'm up there, although the sandpaper does a really good job when you're getting to 10,000, nothing makes it better than polishing it. Now there's different polishes, and the problem with the polishes is they are nasty. If you're going to be using this as a food prep, you don't want to be putting polish on. Okay? If you do, you can wash it off, give it a good clean with warm water, light, warm, soapy water, and make sure you clean all the residual stuff from the polishes. Now, I use Mothers. There's Flits. There's a lot of them out there. They all are, you know, some are worse than others. I just like the result Mothers gives me. If I am for certain going to be using this for prep, I don't polish. But these knives, for me, these vintage knives, they're going into my collection. Okay, we're going to start on the main blade, the clip. And I always like to support my blades. You know, this doesn't have any movement in it. It's really in good condition. There's no wobble, no nothing. The snap is, well, there is none. But I can feel how good that spring is. And I'm pretty sure if I put some oil in there, it'll clean up the snap. I don't want to do that now because it makes it move too much. When it's tight like this, things hold together better. And it's just easier to clean. So here we go. I have 5 and 600. And like I said, I like to just go around. And I'm going to show you the process. You can watch what I'm doing. I'll show you each different thing that I do on the process as we step through. So I'm cleaning the ricasso where the tang stamp is. You want that nice and obvious. That's the information everybody wants. Just very lightly with 5 to 600. Get the heavy stuff off. And you can see it move it here. Now I'm going to work the main blade. It's going to go back and forth very lightly. And try and get into the nooks and crannies. If you're wondering about one of the tips that I got from you, I'm going to dip my finger in Mary's drinking water and wet the blade. When you use the sandpaper now, it'll take off you can see the color of the water there. And it really just gives you a cleaner sanding surface. I don't use a lot, but there was one tip that I thought I should be doing, and I was told about it by you guys. No water with water. The well. Don't forget to clean this part of the blade. Then we're going to go into the well and rub these liners, which are brass. They really shine up well. Don't forget to get into these areas here. Now on some knives like this one, I can't get the foam in there. It won't fit. So I'm just going to go to regular sandpaper. Protect yourself. Here we are with the 600. Now remember I said that the sandpaper will leave scratches.
See it there on the bolster. They're bigger scratches. As the sandpaper gets higher grit, those scratches become less obvious. So then you have a nice shiny mirror surface by the time you get to 10,000, allegedly. So now I'll be going to 12 to 1500 grit, and hopefully this will start really bringing the shine in. Yep, we rinse and repeat. So here we have 12 to 15. Now you can see how you're getting a more consistent shine. You don't see so much difference between each little spot. Yeah, this is going to polish up very nice. Very nice. Here you can see the scratches are getting a lot finer. So now we go to 10,000. I'll show you the end result. $1,500, $10,000. Big difference. And here we are at 10,000. Really does shine up nice, doesn't it? This is a really nice knife. I like this knife. Still no snap. Look at that. Let's mother it up. Okay, here we are after mothers, and the big thing about mothers is it's really evens out the shine. See that? I even rub it on the scales, the Delrin. Not very hard, you don't have to rub hard with mothers. And by the way, the faster you go, the hotter everything gets, so take your time. Just needs to be sharpened, and we'll leave that until the other one's done. Let's do that now. So this little ne'er-do-well. This is the Craftsman 9470. I believe, from what I found, it is actually made by Schrade, which I thought was interesting. And it's based on the Schrade 881. You see 3 blades. Basically, it's the Craftsman 9470 Stockman pocket knife. It's actually a nice little knife. It's a nice size. I would say mid-range, maybe a little bit bigger than the middle, but not a large anyway. I suppose you'd call it a medium. In pretty good condition. Once again, the blades, pretty good. Very little heavy pitting or rust. Good shape, and it is sharp. And of course the badge, unfortunately, is hard to see, but it's worn away, but it does say Craftsman there. And there you have it there with the Craftsman USA 9470. Very cool. Very cool. I like this. It's my second Craftsman. The other one was a utility knife, which turned out pretty good, except there was wobble on the blades, and it's just wear on the tangs. This one is in really good condition. No wobble whatsoever. This is nickel silver bolsters, just what you'd expect in an older knife. Got brass liners, just all the normal stuff. And of course carbon blades. You have the difference between this and the other one. If you look at this clip, it's different. It's more of a standard clip, and it's got a swedge on it. You can see it there. And then of course it has the match strike nail neck on that. Very nice. On the spay, it has that half moon, whatever, nail neck. They're in really good shape. I'm liking this knife. And whoops. And here you have sheep's foot. Very nice. Delrin handles, I believe. Interesting, they call this the peach seed. Delrin. Interesting. And of course the badge is the oval Craftsman. How old is it? Well, according to the tang stamp and the information I looked up, it is the early 1960s. So this is an old guy. Almost as old as I am. And we all know how old that is. Let's clean him up. I'll show you you've seen it now, and I'll show you the end result. So here we are here with this guy. All shined. All the important bits shined up anyway. Interestingly, this blade, the main blade, it's pitted. Okay, see that? Now this knife had been cleaned before. It must have been really bad, but it was pitted. But if you look at the other blades, they way worse pitted than the main blade, right? And I thought that's odd. But then I realized that this blade's used more than any others, so it comes out of the well, right? These guys sit in the well all the time, get damp, rusty, never get pulled out. This does, and of course you use it and it cleans it while you use it. So it's less pitted. Ooh, that can't be good. Nick. Huh. Needs to be sharpened, but it cleaned up nice. Nice little Craftsman. I now have 2. Very proud of these. Shiny. Now we have to sharpen them. That's always a challenge. Feels sharp. Maybe I just don't know how to cut paper. What do? You oil it. See if we can get some snap back. Huh. Just no snap on him, huh? Well, feels smooth. I think I know why. It's bent up. But I don't think the spay is. Yeah, it's got a bent in. Well, don't want to be messing with it. Oh well, let's do the Craftsman. This one's got a nick in it. Can you see it there? Right there. Huh. Well, I'm doing it at 17. I'm starting with some heavier grit. Oh, I'm using my workshop. Just because I can. This Craftsman cuts nice. Kind of. I just probably cursed it. Nope. Wow. Very nice. Hey. Let me fix this. There you go. Needed that. Cold today. Snowed a little bit. It's still trying to snow already. So here they are, the 2 little beasties. I like these knives. They're very nice. You know, can't beat a traditional knife. They just are pretty, right? Look at this guy. This is the Remington
Trapper 9503 is the model number, and of course it's got these huge long clip and spade blade. Beautiful knife, and look at the handle. I love this handle. Nice colors, very outdoorish, right? Cleaned up nicely, sharpened up kinda. That's more me than the metal. Just so that you know. Hit and miss for me. These ones, they don't have a lot of snap, but you know, they've still got, you can see it's got snap there, but barely enough there. The main blades are always going to be weaker. So oiled them, put oil there. And I like to put a light coat of oil on when I put them into my bags where I keep them all. And that's another story. Got to get more bags because I need to start sorting through them. Right now I have one bag that's just overfull with all sorts of folding knives. Trappers, canoe, Congress, you name it. They're all in one because I don't know where to put them, and they're all different makes, and there's not enough makes for one bag. And I don't have enough room, really, for more bags. I'm going to have to make room in my cupboards. But other than that, things are going well. These really cleaned up nice. This is, like I said, I've only got 2 of these, Craftsman. I really like them. You know, I got to say they're well made. This was made by Schrade, right? I think that's what I read. I can't remember. That was at least 5 minutes ago. You can see it here. Nice little Stockman. Got that serpentine sway to it. Nice big bolsters. Very solid. Brass liners. And of course the badge. Very nice. Very cool. Can't beat them. This has got some snap on this. Not so much on the main blade. See that? They just wear out because that's what's open and closed the most. And this guy has obviously been used a lot. I think it was cleaned before. And I think when they cleaned it, it was in really bad shape. So they cleaned it up pretty good. A lot of pitting. Like I was saying, on the main blade, not so much. But on the blades that sit, yeah, they get pitting. You know, what do you do? It's not a lot you can do with that without taking too much steel off. I'm not a fan of that. You know, these are old used knives. They're vintage, basically. So, you know, you got to expect things like that. Turned out well. Can't complain. Nice, fun, easy to do project, just straight sanding, polishing, and a sharpen. A lot of the knives out there, you can do that if they're in fairly good condition. When I say fairly good condition, you know, there's nothing damaged or anything like that you have to fix, or the pitting is just so much you've got to soak it, or even have to go as far as taking it apart. Not a fan of that. For me, that's always hit and miss. You know, when you have the clamshells and that sort of thing, they're easier to take apart and clean. You can clean them up and they look brand new when you do that because you take everything apart. So, haven't had many clamshells. I think I should have a look through those bags and see if there's any clamshells and just take a whole knife apart and put it back together, right? That's always a fun project. You know, and if your pinning's really bad, you can hide it with the clamshell. You will be safe out there. It's getting cold. Roads are going to start getting slippery and icy, and oh, the joy. Welcome to Minnesota. But you know what? That's why I'm going down to Georgia for a week. Try and get away from it for not enough time. You know, I say that. I like winter here. I didn't have winters growing up. We did, but not winters like snow and things like that. So I still enjoy it. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. pretty sure I'll be back, like I said, on the road. So videos will be a little bit slower coming. I'm hoping to have some video for you when you get back from the show. That should be exciting. Really looking forward to meeting people. And finally meeting Kevin. You know, we talk a lot. And we text and things like that. So we keep in touch. When I've got questions, it's Kevin who gets them. Thanks for watching. Always, always appreciate it. And if you'd like to support the channel, don't forget, membership. Just click on the join button below. The more the merrier, the more we can do. And it is not a separate channel. It's part of this channel. It's just extra perks. Speaking of extra perks, still working on caps, mugs. You know, I'm getting nowhere with that. And I got to really sit down and look into it. And we'll see you again soon.